So we again had to just learn. I had to play around. I've done a lot of editing in the past, so I kind of was familiar with chroma key and using green screens. And while we wanted to do as much in camera as we could, so to keep the practical effect focus going, I've always thought like you can just tell a difference when something's physically on camera and when it's not. So we wanted to do everything in camera as much as we could, but we were obviously limited with that. One, we shot our entire film out of this space kind of behind us, so we didn't have. I would have loved to have more room to be able to not have to use green screen for like the backgrounds and things like that. But there were times where we had to do it. So as far as the fog goes, any shot that the boy was not actually being animated in, we had a fog machine that we were running, and actually when the steam's coming out of the pipe, we built a contraption to actually shoot the fog machine through it. For the shot of the moon with the fog, we actually bought a moon that lights up, and we hung it from fishing line, and then we used the actual fog to kind of go through it as it's the sky. But then we had to composite that image into the roof, basically, to be able to achieve that effect. So we still kept things in camera and practical, but we did have to composite in terms of placing it into the scene where we needed it to. So the only digital fog is the scenes where the boy is actually walking through the woods. We did add some digital fog just to keep the scene atmospheric, because as you know, you can't use a fog machine when you're doing stop motion, or the fog will keep changing. So as much as I would have loved to have kept that all practical, we couldn't with the nature of stop motion. So
yeah, and one really cool shot that I really liked in tow was with the leaves blowing, and that's like right after the boy had chopped a toe, then the wind picks up and leaves are blowing everywhere. Sort of this like bad omen of sorts. The way we did that was we shot the boy in front of a blue screen, and we just had that reaction shot of him going backwards. The hair is kind of flowing, and then on the blue screen we cropped in. We took a picture of the set of just what we wanted it to look like behind him. We cropped that in behind him, and then for the leaves, what we did was we just picked up a bunch of crushed up leaves around our neighborhood, and we trickled them in front of a blue screen and re-recorded that, and then we cropped in the leaves into the shot, and I guess Neal edited it in post where it was, they're kind of blowing all over the place, and going at, it's blowing really fast and things like that. So we kind of did a little bit of a double layer there, but it turned out being really effective. I really liked that shot. And that was a fun one to do.
Nice, that's so cool. Yeah, actually, our next question was how you did the leaves and everything. So we got that covered. How about the steam toe? How did you do that? Did you add something to the toe, or was it all just fog blowing into it?
That was so to do that, we took I'm trying to remember. So there's a shot of the camera going down like a pipe, and you can see steam coming out of holes in the pipe. That thing's just made out of a paper towel roll. So we took a paper towel roll, punctured holes into it, and then we spray painted it to make it look rusted. And then a trick that we realized works really well for creating texture is we took tea leaves. We sprayed glue on the pipe, and we did this on like the walls and everything just to give it like a cool texture, but we just sprinkled tea leaves on it, and it would just give it kind of a gritty look. So we did that to the paper towel roll, and then it actually looked like a pipe. And then we literally just hooked up the fog machine to it, sprayed it, and it actually, to our surprise, popped out of those little holes like we were hoping it would. So there's times where it was like you would hope something would work and cross your fingers, and it did. You're like, oh, wow, that's awesome. We had a lot of those moments making this. But yeah, then for that, Chad had mentioned we made different size toes. So we had one toe that was probably about this big, made out of clay. The toenail was made out of a milk carton, like the plastic. I was trying to figure out what would look like a nail, and I kind of cut that out, and it looked good enough. A lot of experimentation, but yeah, we would use the big toe anytime we wanted to get like kind of gross detail out of the toe, and we just put it on we might have put it on like a light stand or something, and propped it in front of the pipe, and just actually sprayed it with the fog machine. I think for that, we shot at a high frame rate so that we could slow it down so the fog didn't look like it was coming out too fast. So, yeah, that was how we did that.